Hey everyone, long time no see, and I'm sorry about that. I'm not gonna lie, I've started this video several times trying to figure out how to explain all of this. And my mind keeps jumping on different ways of doing this, so hopefully this is the one that works the best. I guess first in this video, I'm gonna cover the main thing of reasons why I've been away. To kind of group everything together, it's been work, dance, mental health, I suppose. And mental health ties into things involving my brother right now too, as well as emotional health, and also just general everyday life things that's just taken up a lot of things right now. So first, let's cover my brother, because that's the one that's been weighing heavily, like most recently on my mind, to be honest, and I actually just checked with him to see how much I could share. So when I mention my brother, I'm talking about my best friend. He is my brother in all but blood. I've done a previous video on him, on trying to raise money raise money so that we could continue doing treatment to figure out what's been ailing him since early 2020. I know many of you actually did donate for that, so thank you so very much. We sincerely appreciate it. Because of you folks, we were able to actually go to Barnes in St. Louis in early January, I think the first week of January actually, and get some testing done and procedures done and everything else. In lieu of all that, like trying to figure things out, just couldn't get anywhere, and just kept hitting roadblocks. Middle of February, actually end of February, yeah, I found out from my brother that doctors have narrowed it down to two things. And honestly, neither of them are good at all. So to make a very long and complicated story short, this is either, what do they call it? Cellular reprogramming due to repeated exposure to COVID. So in early 2020, and for a while before that, my brother worked at a hospital, actually at an ER, for intake and a couple other things like that. And he did get sick at one point, but this was before COVID fully hit, so he thought it might have been the flu, but I don't know. But ever since then, things have been kind of weird, very weird. Essentially, what the doctors say is that in this case, and I think this is kind of like a thing with long COVID, and please don't get in the comments and telling me like what this is, what this isn't, and everything else. I'm just telling you what the doctors told him, folks, please. But essentially, cellular reprogramming, or at least something they found recently or noticed, or at least these doctors have found, is that after being exposed to COVID, some systems just don't work right, or some organs just don't do what they're supposed to do. For the sake of my, in the case of my brother, it's his liver that is just producing an excessive amount of ammonia, which then is poisoning the brain, and the medicine that he's taking to get rid of that is also just wrecking his system, and it's hard on him, and he will eventually build up a tolerance to it. So there is that, and a couple other things that are also wrong, with a slew of other issues that are wrong with different systems within his body, including the cardiovascular system. So it's either that, or perhaps one of the worst diseases I have ever heard of in my life, which is Huntington's. Apparently it does, apparently there was somebody in his family in the direct line that did have it. So I believe 2 days ago, yeah, 2 days ago, he just took the blood test to see if he has Huntington's, and we will find out whether or not he has it soonish. Either case, the prognosis is not good at all. So that's been, so that's been weighing very heavily on my mind, and it kind of, the realization of how serious the situation is, and honestly the finality of it hit me pretty hard at the end of April. And so I was definitely not myself for then. I think the realization of it like fully hit me. Like, I'd known for a while that more than likely any outcome we get on this would not be good. And my brother was being the realist and I was trying to be the optimist. And so, yeah. So we'll find out what the situation is hopefully soon. So that's been kind of the things that have been in the back burner since, well, a while, honestly. It just really come to the forefront recently, and has been bothering me for several weeks now. I don't know if I should have led with that one or ended with that one, because I know that one's the biggest downer, and so I'm sorry, folks. But yeah. So I'll update more on that when we find out more. And I'll share what I can share. I don't know how much I can share. I don't know how much I will share. So there's that's been going on. Work ebbs and flows. That's just the way it is. I work at a university, so a lot of writing, a lot of stuff going on. With the students now gone for May, my work still continues because my university is a research university, and research always happens, which means we are always communicating about the research. So that's not going to end anytime soon. So that has been taking up like my Monday through Friday type stuff quite, well, that's not unexpected. I would say the thing that's been taking up the most time for me, though, has definitely been dance. For those of you who don't know, I am a Gothic and metal belly dancer. I perform in an international troupe called the Stygian Collective. I also perform as a soloist at events or anything I get hired out to for any gigs. I also teach classes both in person as well as online. I teach classes every Monday night. Right now I'm teaching classes also every Tuesday night through the Stygian Collective online. I also occasionally substitute as the belly dance instructor at Urbana Dance Company on Tuesday nights. So dance is a big part of my life. I've also had plenty of shows so far this year. I know I had something in March, but it's completely leaving my mind right now. I think I performed every single week in April, and I did record that. That video will be coming out because I vlogged that because it was an entire month of nothing but dance. One of those performances was actually a very special performance where I collaborated with some performers from the Chicagoland area. We met up in Kankakee, and we learned some of the more tricky parts of the choreography that I learned online. It was a 12-minute piece involving a trust fall, a lot of different things, a lot of theatrics. It was really fun, really cool to do. But it was a lot. Like every single Sunday I was driving up to Kankakee. So like that also took up a lot of my time, also in April, until the actual performance itself at the end of April. Last night was the World Goth Day event at the Healer in Indianapolis. Myself and Daywin were hired to perform at that, so that was a blast. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling. Both the Stygian Collective as well as just myself, just doing plenty of traveling as of late for events and everything. So there's that going on, prep for classes, trying to get my own personal dance practice going, trying to plan my own choreographies. I got accepted into the gala show, one of the gala shows at Fusion Evolution, to perform as a soloist. So I'm working on that choreography, adjusting in my music. And then the Stygian Collective also is performing on Saturday night. Thankfully, I already know that choreography, so I don't have to learn it again. I just need to make sure I do it as cleanly as possible. So yeah, that's taken up a lot of my time and just trying to figure that stuff out. And then, what else is there? There's my brother, there's dance, there's work. Oh, because I've been so busy, like this house has been like an absolute disaster. As you can see behind me, yes, I did the seasonal changeover, but believe it or not, I did almost all of it on Friday, May 19th, 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I finally changed everything. Yule has just been up in the house. And that is so not like me, but I've just been so busy, I couldn't change anything at all. And so that's, like, that was bothering me. So I felt like a failure that I wasn't doing that I didn't get anything done before Astara or Beltane. I don't think I even did anything really for Astara. Well, no, I did make cheese for Astara. And I did go out to a forest preserve for Beltane. Definitely needed that to clear my head too, because that's after I fully realized, the realization of everything with my brother fully kicked in like a couple days before that. So I'm like, I need to be in a forest and greenery where I can breathe and decompress and just think. So yeah, like this house has been a mess. I didn't clean my kitchen for an entire month. I didn't pick up anything for months. Like it was bad, folks. Like I didn't even want any of you folks to even see the inside of this house. It was so bad. So there was that. I will say, just because I know I did the full changeover. Oh, hold on. Sorry, that was my mom stopping by with Chloe, the little white fur ball that has me wrapped around her paw. So, where was I? I honestly cannot remember everything that I was trying to say. I really cannot remember what I was going to say, so I'll probably go off on another side tangent. Like I said, this is a rambling one, folks. I hope you're really enjoying your coffee or your tea or whatever, or beer for all I care at this point. Two other updates actually, focusing back on mental and physical health for me. So, I think I also posted, it may have been in, I don't even remember what video it was, but I mentioned that I was diagnosed by, well, it was called like an ADHD video. Well, it had ADHD in the title. And I explained that, while they didn't say I had ADHD, that I was diagnosed with having ADHD markers along with anxiety. So I've been on anxiety meds for a year, and that's helped fix a lot. So much stuff. So that was good. But I was talking to my therapist about, I don't even remember what I was talking to my therapist about, but she mentioned to me about getting tested for ADHD, like fully getting tested now that I've been on anxiety meds for a year. So we know that if I have any signs or symptoms or anything else, it's not from the anxiety because that's not under control. It's like, okay, sure, I'll do that. So I meet with my new nurse practitioner from my therapist's office because my last one, I had to change her schedule permanently. And we do the test, and lo and behold, oh yeah, I have ADHD, to the surprise of no one. And so I am now on ADHD meds along with my anxiety meds, which has minorly spiked my anxiety. And also with the combination of both meds, I have no appetite. I'm almost never hungry. Instead, I feel kind of like I'm just satiated or full 24/7. My sweet tooth is absolutely gone. And I'm just like, oh gosh, okay. For someone who likes to bake, that's an issue for me. Also for someone who is constantly in the gym, because it's currently kind of like if I'm really frustrated about something, or if I have a lot of anxiety, or something's bothering me, or I need to work something out, if anything else like that happens at all, then I just go to the gym. So I lift 4 days a week. And trying to do that and make sure I'm eating enough to be able to do that, enough protein to be able to do that, it's been an interesting situation trying to keep all of that balanced. So there is that. That, and apparently with the ADHD medicine shortage, specifically I believe it's Adderall. I'm not on Adderall. I'm actually on a form of Ritalin, and that's been working pretty well. And I've been lucky enough that around here we haven't had any shortages. So yay, I still have my meds. Thankfully, because of those meds, I'm actually now able to focus my hyperfocus and not be so easily distracted with things. And I can actually get stuff done. But like I said, it did spike my anxiety a little bit, which since that all happened around the same time that everything kind of hit me involving my brother, not the best of situations at all for me. So there is that. On another note, and I did mention this actually in one of my Vlogmas videos, I mentioned that my gynecologist and I were talking about me getting a hysterectomy due to just a lot of issues with my uterus. Finally saw a specialist last week. It's supposed to be a couple months ago, but something happened. They had to cancel it and completely reschedule again for a few months out. I was so upset. To make a very long story short, she has no problem with doing a hysterectomy for me. The issue is, because I've been off the pill for a while now, except for since starting back up in December, just to kind of help mitigate some of my issues. She knows that the insurance company, and I know she's right, our insurance company would not, it would be highly, highly unlikely for them to cover the procedure because we have not done every other process first, which is going to involve being on the pill again, or medicines again, or IUDs, which I will not do, or a couple other things. It's just, I love when the doctors want to do something or have the ability to do something, but the insurance company is like, I don't think so. And I'm like, fine, you take my uterus for a while and you deal with this and you see what happens. And yeah, can you tell I've been frustrated by that? That's where I'm at with that situation right now. So that's been absolutely lovely. Essentially, it's just like all of that and trying to deal with all of that and trying to make sure I spend time with my family and my loved ones and stuff with work and trying to be there for my friends for a couple different things and trying to make sure I'm there as best I can for like my dance and my dance career and my career and a couple other stuff. And it's, oh, and also helping organize the Darkness Underground for the local goth community. I'm on the organization team for that, and just so many other things. It's just a lot, folks. It's just been a lot. And I will admit, I have missed talking to a camera. And in its own way, it's kind of like its own version of therapy, I suppose. I know some YouTubers, like, we try to be like as real as we can be on the camera. And I know there are others out there who will only show one side of themselves. I mean, it just goes to show that not everything in people's lives, especially on social media or on any form of media really, is what you see on there. Like, I know people are like, when it comes to me, I do all this decor, I do hunting, I do dance, I do all this other stuff, and I try to bring you folks in for the behind the scenes. But there's always also a lot of stuff that we just don't share because it's personal. Or it's a lot that we're going through, or we don't know how to describe it, or we don't have a shorthand way of explaining it, because not everyone wants to sit through like a 30 minute to an hour long video of us trying to explain something in detail. And they just want the shorthand answers, and there's not always a shorthand answer. And yeah. Although I will say that I actually do have to personally thank one of you actually out there. Julie sent me an email on April 27th. And that was, April 27th was was that a day after? Yeah. Yeah, she sent me an email on April 27th, and that week was a very rough week for me mentally. Just a lot going on in my life. And I will say, Julie, I actually got your email while I was at work, and honestly, it really made my day. It honestly did. Like, I almost teared up at my desk because I needed that message right there. And that evening, I read it to my husband, and even he was touched by it. So thank you so much for your kind words. I think, honestly, you're probably the first person to reach out to me directly via email like that. So thank you. Your message was very well timed in a time that I needed it. That's been kind of like the past for me, past few months. As for right now, and trying to do videos now, I'm trying to get back to like a balance with my life, and I think that's kind of like the theme of 2023 for me, has been trying to find my balance of my personal life, work life, dance life, and things with YouTube. Because I'm beginning to realize that I don't have all the hours in a day that I wish I had. And I also know if there's one ADHD symptom that I suffer from, seriously, is time blindness. I quite literally don't know, or don't really understand how long it takes me to do things. Like, I thought I was going to get this video recorded at 3 p.m. It is 6. And I'm fairly certain I have a dance thing in an hour or two. So good luck me trying to get this out tonight. But I'm trying to figure out how to juggle different things in a timely fashion, and so I can still do the things that I love and passion stuff for dance, as well as like all the other stuff in my life, and my other passion for recording and YouTube and things like that. And I'm hoping that with this assistance with me focusing and whatnot, of actually sitting down and being like, all right, you're gonna edit these videos, because that's the thing that takes the most time in this. Like, everybody sees all these videos and like, oh, that's so good. You folks have no idea how long it takes to edit these. Like, unless it's something like this, and believe me, there's like 20 takes of me trying to do this video right now. So I'm gonna have to piece this thing together. But it is so difficult trying to get everything together, and all the music and everything else, and then upload, and then make the thumbnail, and bleh. So there's all that. I'm just trying to get all of that figured. But I'm gonna try and be more mindful about that and get more stuff done. I do have a couple of videos either that I've been working on, or I actually just need to release. So this will be one. I've got one of a little mini vlog that will be for World Goth Day, excuse me, which hopefully I will also have edited later tonight. We're gonna see. This might be one of those, again, mini marathon session editings, and I'm trying not to do that. So I'll have that to do. I also have an entire month of April where I just did nothing but dance stuff. I got that video. I also have another video where I reviewed coffee that I got that was sent to me. So I need that I need to get out. And I know I did the decor changeover already. Even though I didn't do a decorate with me while I was putting it up, because I did this all mostly in one day. And I'm just like, I just am tired of this house looking the way it is. I want to deep clean this house. So we're just gonna get it done. No camera, we're not fiddling with it. We're just gonna get all of it done. And I did. I'm actually really proud of that I got all that done and deep cleaned everything too. Well, save for 3 rooms, because I still gotta do those 3 rooms. But for the decorating purpose, they're done. So I will be filming kind of like a decor tour instead, and go through and explain like the process of like why I did what I did and how I did certain things. It's kind of gonna be kind of self-explanatory, but I just really needed some greenery in here. Desperately needed some greenery in here. So this has kind of helped. So I've got that coming up. And also, with it being almost June, I can't end this video without discussing Halloween decor hunting. Last year I only did one video, which I am not happy about. But that's kind of where the whole start of I'm doing too much and not juggling things properly. So I'm hoping to mitigate that this year. Yes, I will be going out and hunting. I will probably not be purchasing a lot. Now I'm probably gonna be eating my words. Don't worry, whenever I do the hauls, you're gonna be in the comments going, Nix, you said you weren't gonna buy a lot, nah, nah, nah. I understand. I might be eating my words here, but the intention is to not buy a whole lot because I'm running out of storage space, quite literally. That's also another thing I've been trying to do is reorganize all of my decor storage because it is absolutely insane for spring/summer, autumn, and winter. Just an absolute travesty of trying to get all that organized. But I will be going out. I'll probably hit it hard in July. I'm lucky in that Fusion Evolution this year is back to its original schedule of it being in June. So it is the last full week of June, which means we'll have a bit of a break. And then July 4th hits. And then July 5th is when it finally hits everything in stores around here. Yes, I will be going to At Home, not in June. We're probably gonna be waiting until middle or end of July. I'm gonna go do our annual trip to Indianapolis and see what they've got there. And then we're gonna hit all the other stores. As for decor, like little, not decor, but as for like crafts, I'm gonna see what I'll do. I do plan on doing more crafting videos because I do like crafting anything that allows me to work with my hands. I really enjoy doing. Personally, it's kind of what allows me to do my own magic, personally, is I can put my heart and soul into things. That's the reason why I like cooking and baking. I am definitely a kitchen witch, by definition, technically, whatever you want to say. But I'll see if I can do that, and I will have more cooking and baking videos. I just need to work on some things involving audio. So that is what I kind of have in store. So yeah, that is my very long roundabout and explanation of where the hell I've been for the past few months. Like I said, I'm sorry for the absence. I didn't expect the absence to be as long as it was. But honestly, I kind of needed the time away from the pressure of trying to turn out videos that I either wasn't fully happy with, or that I didn't think I put my heart and soul into, or that I didn't think had the proper B-roll for it, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. And a couple of the things, as well as the added pressures of, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, no, I need to be doing this. Oh, I need to be doing this. And then this and that, and just too much in my life that I needed to take a step back and be like, all right, what do you necessarily have to put your energy towards right now? And what can wait until later? So, like I said, I'm gonna try. I will not promise any sort of upload schedule for anything, because you and I both know that life does happen, and let's face it, YouTube is not my full-time job. I do have a 9-to-5, and so I have that as well as my side career in belly dance. So those two take up a majority of my time, and my editing time normally cuts into the time I spend with my loved ones in the evenings or on the weekends. So I'm going to do my very best. That might mean shorter videos, or it might mean 2-3 weeks between upload. But for decor, I'm going to try to hit those. For Halloween decor hunting, I will try to hit those as succinctly as possible. So That's everything with me. I will say I am doing okay. Because I know there's some people in the comments are probably going to be like, "Are you okay? What's going on? Like, are you sure you're okay?" And no, I'm fine. I'm okay. I have friends and family. I do have a therapist that I chat with on a lot of different things. So, yes, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. So, but yeah, if you made it through this rambling mess of a video, kudos to you. Thank you so very much. I probably forgot something, and I'm gonna kick myself as soon as I start editing this, but it is what it is. And honestly, if that's one thing I need to learn to accept, is that not everything is gonna be perfect, and I sure as hell am not gonna be perfect. But the best I can do is try. So, and sometimes that's just good enough. So, I hope that answered some of your questions. If you do have any more questions for me or anything else, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I will either try to answer them there or in a different video or whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get back to doing more video stuff, more creative stuff like that, because I will admit, I have missed this. I have. So, thanks so much. If you, like I said, if you made it through this, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate every single one of you. Even though I've been gone, I can't believe I still have people commenting on some of my past videos and stuff like that, and I'm still getting subscribers, and I'm like, I don't know why you're hopping on this channel when it's been crickets over here for so long, but thank you, seriously. So yeah, I will definitely see you folks in the next one, hopefully sooner rather than later. And remember to go after whatever your dark heart desires, folks. Thanks, love you, and I'll see you later.